Multilingualism as resource. Now, when we say so many different countries and most of the countries in the world are multilingual, the question is, this multilingualism, this phenomenon, does it need to be contained like as if it is a plague, or does it need to be encouraged? This is a question that all multilingual and monolingual countries try to contend with when they are making their language policies. So, is it a resource or is it a burden? There has been this assumption, and we just talked about it a little bit before also, that developed countries, most of them, are monolingual. So, it is said that if you are monolingual, that if most of your population or all of your population share a single language, then development is easy. However, extensive research done from 1960s to 1970s provide no such evidence. So, the thing is that linguistic uniformity and economic stability reinforce each other. Now, having said that it is not necessary that multilingualism is always problematic, although we do witness in our everyday life that countries like Africa or other multilingual countries in the developing world are somehow lagging behind. We can say that although having the same language is not a guarantee for these developing countries to move into the cadre of developed countries, however, it can be said to a certain extent that if there is some linguistic uniformity, it might affect the economic stability. However, is it this relationship, or whether economic stability somehow gears the country towards uniformity in language? This relationship is still not very clear. In any case, multilingualism must be seen as a resource. Diversity in languages needs to be respected because it helps the individuals and to be there in a richer environment. So multilingualism is definitely a resource at individual and society level. And you can have different languages being spoken. If you have this one lingua franca or two lingua francas, that is the main language through which people across different linguistic communities can communicate with each other, it resolves the issue. You could have this official language, but the thing is, you need to give access to the learning of that official language. That is extremely important also. So what multilingual societies need to move towards is not uniformity, that is everyone should be the same, but unity. That is diverse, they might be diverse, yet they are unified in knowing one language that they can communicate each other with. So, multilingual societies provide culturally rich environments. We have discussed the relationship between language and culture and how languages reflect different cultures and nurture different cultures. So definitely multilingual societies are culturally rich, they are intellectually more vibrant, and it is said that bilinguals are better thinkers, are better able or better resourceful than monolingual individuals, and more often than not we see as we discussed before, that in multilingual societies, different functions are given to different languages. And when you use a specific language, for instance, if we take the example of Pakistan, you're speaking to a person in English, or you speak to a person in regional languages or Urdu language, the person will immediately understand whether what the message you are giving him or her, is it official or is it not official. Then in multilingual societies, the question always arises which languages to be used or which languages can act as a resource. And more often than not, these are the languages that are associated with economic power, that are thought about as languages that are more resourceful or would be more helpful rather than languages that are regional, though it might not always be correct.